Hello everyone, Sushnav here. It is the first episode of season 9 and also the final episode. I'm going to redo this review about the two parts of the beginning of the end. I first saw a scene from this episode in one of the first trailers that came out. But I was not too sure, I wasn't even understanding that was actually that particular episode we saw this happened. But there was one thing that was confirmed that even before those trailers came out, that the Grugar, the ancient villain, was coming back. I cannot say the two first part episode of season 9, it was really epic. Seeing the first as Celestia and Luna decide to retire and hand off the ruling to Twilight and her friends, I was really shocked. And even Spike was surprised. Can a princess really retire? And they confirmed they can. So here's the question. Why would they decide to retire now? But in the end, it turns out they decided not to retire yet, until to see if Twilight is ready to take over entire kingdom by herself and with her friends, of course. So, but there's another thing that we seeing Coastglow with Tirek in the Taurus talking and suddenly disappeared from there and ends up somewhere else. And they meet Sombra and Queen Chrysalis. They all ask each other who have been summoning them until they see one new character which we haven't seen before. And it was actually the ancient villain Grugar. He wants to unite with all the villains in Equestria together to form a legion of villains in order to conquer Equestria. It seems that the others have no much of any problem. And the only thing that Chrysalis and Tirek, they know about Grugar and even Sombra. But Coastglow, she must be like 10 years old, 12 perhaps, and she has any idea who Grugar is. Even to perform him as Grufar, which is Angriam, which I don't even understand myself about this. Exactly, Grugar has been mentioned at least once before, in the episode A Flurry of Emotions, and that was actually back in season 7. And that was also the third episode. Only time then was revealed to be only mentioned in a book about when Grugar was battled against a group of unicorn warriors led by Gusty the Great. And turns out it was actually true in that story. But otherwise, I don't even remember much about this actually. But seeing that Luna decided with her sister Celestia to retire and leading the entire role of protecting Equestria to remain 6. So seeing how Twilight reacted to this was freaking her out. She can't even understand why suddenly they decided to retire and leave all the responsibility of protecting an entire kingdom by herself with her friends, of course. But she was also wondering what will happen to the school? Who will run it? And she decided to put that to Starlight. Even Starlight was freaking out. But even if that is true, but the most part of the finding out this after this that she has been chosen to be taking part of the Equestria, to be the next line in rule. She had been absurd. They have absorbed her so many times, how she's been growing, overcome so many challenges over the years. Even her friends agree with her. Her friends actually say takes this very, very relaxing. This is not any problem to be accepting to be part as the ruling of the Equestria. But the only one that Twilight, she takes it very different level. She freaks out. I don't even understand why she decided to do that. But at the same time, this actually was seeing Sombra, Chrysalis, and Tirac with Consuelo and this, and with Grugar talking. But Sombra, he refused to be part of this legion or this alliance with the other great villains. He wants to be thinking. He has plans of his own, and Grogar actually let him to do it. But if he failed, he would submit him. He spelled him to Grogar, which he disagrees with, and his plans would take over a quest to take over. So he managed to actually take over the Crystal Empire easily. And it was actually much more than surprising. He managed to capture several of the guards and using some sort of helmet to brainwash them. And even managed to capture the entire Empire family, including that Shining Armor tries to rally against him with the remaining guards. And even Chaos managed to send an urges SOS to Twilight. And they had forgot about their own daughter. But it turns out Sombra managed to gain access and gain control of the entire kingdom. At least the Empire. And even the main six actually arrive to Crystal Empire, even bringing the elements with them. But instead of alerting Celestia and Luna, or even relying on Discord, Twilight decided to take this opportunity for herself to proving that they doesn't have to have their friends, or at least the princesses, for help for this. And I have to say, I was really not surprised to doing that. More than all this, after they managed to defeat Sombra with the elements which they believed to, after this, Sombra actually managed to track down to find where the elements were taken. He actually followed the main six back to Tree of Harmony, and after that, they hearing the ground shaking. And this huge crystal smashed into the Tree of Harmony and slammed it to pieces. It actually managed to destroy the entire Tree of Harmony, but that is not all. At the same time as the tree was destroyed, the elements flew out from the tree and smashed to pieces. The main six could not comprehend just what happened. Seeing their reaction, how the elements of harmony was gone, smashed in pieces, tiny pieces. How would they not be able to save Equestria without the elements? It was the strongest magic ever in Equestria. And that was after that. The main six, they had no idea about how to defend Equestria. They actually tried to go back to Ponyville after that Sombra had mentioned he had taken over. Those same crystals who appeared that destroyed the element of Harmony had appeared in Ponyville, and he had actually managed to brainwash every pony in town. Twilight used to trying to use her magic to break the spell from Annabelle, but it failed. And Sombra actually arrived to, at least to Canterlot, which he believed then he had actually conquered the most two greatest places in history. But even though, and even in the second part, we can see that Twilight in the main six is trying to find out, yet even trying to comprehend what just happened with the destruction of the tree and the elements, and that Sombra has taken decided to conquer all in Equestria. And even worse of all, seeing every force is growing beyond any control. It turns out the forest was keeping it checked with the Tree of Harmony. The tree itself uses magic to control the growth of the forest. Without the tree is gone, it can grow without any control. Sorry, it can grow without any boundaries. But Starswell the Bearded appeared with the royal sisters. He explained he was the one who kept the force in check before the Tree of Harmony was even existed. He even explains that even though that the main six would help to find this, they managed to actually with at least finding all this happened. Well, and even inside the castle, the police find that Sombra hasn't even controlled Discord, and they ask him for help. He actually agrees, but despite his misgiving of what he's done to the pork, he managed to defeat some of the guards until he was defeated. But it turns out he faked, because to give the main six the confidence. In some unusual way, the main six actually managed to use the power as they asked before. They managed to use the same power as when they used the elements, because they had the magic inside them. The magic of friendship is actually combined their inner strengths that what the elements represent was showing them as to be. Like kindness, laughter, generosity, honesty, and etc. They use the same power inside them, and they almost like the elements has been transferring some of the powers to them, so they can be access the power in order to save Equestria. Even then, that after the main six had defeated Equestria, Sombra once again. Even that Celestia and Luna decided to not step down again. But in the end of this, back at Grurgard's lair, and they wonders if Sombra manages to defeat. But Grurgard uses Sombra's failure to secure Tirak, Chrysalis, and Kozuklo's loyalty to him. But what happened to Sombra? Will he be back? Who knows? But otherwise, this was so epic scenes in the both 2C episodes, especially when the Tree of Harmony and the elements being destroyed. How will they happen in the future now with the Christians without the strongest magic? Who knows? But I think this episode gives an A++ rating. It was so epic, really. I would like to hear what all of you think about this particular episode. And as always, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is Switch Diablo over and out.